All right, everybody, welcome back. Today we're diving into refurbishing technician interviews.
Definitely a cool field.
It is. We're going to dig into some common interview questions and hopefully give you all the tools you need to just crush it.
Yeah. Because, a little preparation can make all the difference.
Absolutely. And we're going to sprinkle in some insider tips from our pals over at RoleCatcher. Make sure you're good to go.
Yeah, they've got some great resources over there.
So first up, and this one pops up like everywhere. How did you develop an interest in refurbishing? It seemed simple, but how do we make it really stand out?
Yeah, I think it's really about showing your genuine enthusiasm. You're bringing vehicles back to life, and that's something to be, excited about.
Totally.
So you want to connect with the interviewer on that level. It could be talking about, your love for mechanics. Maybe you were tinkering with bikes as a kid, or even just that feeling of, taking something apart and putting it back together.
Right, oh, I fixed it. That
Yeah.
sense of accomplishment.
Exactly.
Okay, so dash of personal experience, always good. Now let's get a little bit more technical. Can you explain your experience with refurbishing tools and equipment? This is our time to shine.
Yeah. This is where you get to show off your skills. Don't just rattle off a laundry list of every tool you've touched, though. Look at that job description.
Sailor it.
Yeah. See what they're emphasizing and then, connect the dots. If they're really big on engine diagnostics, make sure you highlight that experience.
So like a targeted resume, but for tools.
Yeah.
I like
Oh.
Okay, this next one's pretty interesting. How do you stay up to date with the latest trends and technologies in the refurbishing industry? Things change fast, right?
Oh, yeah. This industry is constantly evolving.
Constantly.
So they want to see that you're committed to continuous learning.
Right.
So mention, industry publications you follow, online forums, workshops you've attended.
Yeah. And RoleCatcher actually have a ton of resources linked in their career compass.
No, that's right. Yeah.
It's like a cheat sheet for staying current.
I love that.
Okay, question 4. This one threw me for a loop when I first saw it. Can you walk me through your process for refurbishing a laptop? I'm like, laptops? We're talking cars here.
Yeah. At first glance, it seems a little out of left field.
Yeah.
But they're trying to get a sense of your process, your organization. Can
Yeah.
you think logically? Do you have attention to detail?
Can you take it apart and put it back together better than before?
Exactly. So walk them through those steps and really emphasize that you have that logical mind.
You've got a system.
Exactly.
Okay, up next. How do you ensure that refurbished devices are safe and reliable for customers? And this is huge.
Safety is paramount in this industry.
Absolutely.
You're dealing with machines that need to be reliable, so this is your chance to highlight your commitment to quality control. You want to talk about, your meticulous testing procedures, adhering to industry standards, like your ASE certifications. Are you documenting everything properly? Are you making sure those corners aren't being cut?
You don't want people driving away with a lemon. Okay, this next one might seem daunting. How do you handle a refurbishing project that requires a high level of technical expertise?
I feel like I would freeze up.
It sounds intimidating,
Yeah.
but they're not expecting you to know absolutely everything.
Okay, good.
They want to see that you can problem solve. Can you analyze the issue, break it down, maybe even ask for help when needed?
Right.
And RoleCatcher actually highlights this in their career guide, that importance of critical thinking.
Which, by the way, incredible resource.
It is.
Okay, let's shift gears a little bit, talk about juggling multiple projects. How do you prioritize and manage your workload when working on multiple refurbishing projects at once? Because it's not like you're just doing one car a day, right?
Right. It can get really busy.
Yeah.
And they want to see that you can handle that pressure and that you have good time management skills.
Right.
So share your organizational strategies. Do you use to-do lists? How do you prioritize your tasks? Project management tools?
You got a big whiteboard with everything on it. Exactly. Show them that you can handle the heat and that nothing's going to slip through the cracks.
Love it. Okay, get ready for a classic interview question. Can you discuss a time you had to troubleshoot a challenging technical issue during a refurbishing project? So classic.
Oh, yeah, this one's a staple.
It's like they always got to ask it.
Right. This is where you get to use the STAR method.
The STAR method.
Yeah.
Refresh my memory.
So it's situation, task, action, result.
Okay.
Basically, you're going to tell a story.
Okay.
Set the scene. What was the project you were working on? What was the specific challenge? What was your role in it? Then you walk them through the actions you took.
Okay.
How did you approach that problem?
Oh, like step by step.
Exactly. Did you consult any manuals? Did you collaborate with your team? Did you try different approaches? And then finally, what was the outcome? Were you able to resolve the issue? How'd you do it?
I like it. Show them how you think. Okay, let's talk about customer service because that's a huge part of it too.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
How do you ensure that you are meeting customer needs and expectations during the refurbishing process? And RoleCatcher actually emphasizes this a lot in their career guide too.
Yeah, you want to demonstrate that you're customer focused.
Absolutely.
Think about how you interact with customers. Are you a good listener? Do you explain things clearly? Do you make sure they feel heard and understood?
Right, because you might know what you're talking about,
Right.
but can you explain it to somebody who doesn't?
Exactly.
Okay, last question. How do you ensure you are following industry standards and regulations during the refurbishing process? So this is about being professional, right?
Absolutely. You want to show them that you're knowledgeable and that you take this stuff seriously.
Okay.
So make sure you mention those ASE certifications. Any other specific standards that you're familiar with and that you adhere to, you're demonstrating that commitment to quality and safety and compliance.
Right, you're not just slapping things together.
Exactly.
You're doing it the right way.
Yeah.
Okay, now before we wrap things up here, I want to talk about how RoleCatcher can actually be super helpful for you in this whole process.
Oh, yeah. They've got some really cool tools.
They do. Like their CV resume builder.
Oh, yeah. That's a good one.
It's AI-powered. It's amazing.
It's like having your own personal resume assistant.
Right. It analyzes job descriptions, it pulls out the relevant keywords, and helps you tailor your resume to each specific role.
Yeah, because you don't want to be sending out the same generic resume to everyone.
No, it's got to be, tailored to the job that you're applying for.
Exactly.
And then their interviews section.
Oh, yeah.
Oh my gosh. Over 120,000 questions and answers.
I know, it's amazing.
It's incredible. You can save your favorites. You can practice your responses.
And they have that AI feedback feature.
Oh, yes. Tell them about this because this is one of my favorite things. It's so cool. You can practice answering interview questions, and the AI will actually give you feedback on how you're doing.
I know. It's like having a personal coach in your pocket.
Exactly. It's amazing.
Yeah.
But I'm curious about something. We've talked a lot about, tools and resources and things like that. But what advice would you give to someone who's just starting out in this field? Like, how can they demonstrate that passion and that drive when they might not have a ton of experience yet?
Yeah, that's a great question. I think networking is key.
Networking, okay.
Yeah. Reach out to people in the industry. Talk to experienced refurbishing technicians. Most people are happy to share their insights. You might even be surprised at the connections you make.
Yeah, it's like mentorship almost.
Exactly. Mentorship is huge.
That's awesome. Well, we've covered a lot today, from understanding common interview questions to leveraging RoleCatcher's tools to even just the importance of networking. Any final thoughts for our listeners who are getting ready to ace those interviews?
I would say just remember that preparation breeds confidence.
Okay.
You know you've got the skills, you're putting in the work, and now you're armed with the knowledge and the tools to succeed. So go in there, show your enthusiasm, and don't be afraid to let your personality shine through.
I love that. Confidence is key.
It really is.
Well said. And hey, if you get a tough question in there, don't panic. Just take a breath.
Yes.
Think back to the STAR method.
Exactly.
And you know what? Even the most experienced professionals were once in your shoes.
So true.
So good luck out there, future refurbishing technicians. We're rooting for you. And don't forget to check out RoleCatcher for that extra edge. Until next time, happy refurbishing.